Oh man. So look, let's go on. We didn't have a pick in round 3, but we did have one in round 4. Jalen Lane, wide receiver out of Virginia Tech. Also, he transferred to Virginia Tech from Middle Tennessee State. I believe he had 3 years there. In his career, he had over 2,500 yards and 18 total touchdowns. This guy's got speed and a slot. He was a 3-star recruit, but the way that he was able to be productive at both places. Look, I'm not, for those of you who don't know, North Carolina fan, so I feel some type of way about Virginia Tech, but this guy torched us. He has the ability to play well, and now with Debo and McLaurin, you put this guy in the slot. He has the ability to stretch the field. It makes me think of kind of what McMillan did to us last year for Tampa Bay. You have Godwin, you have Evans on the out, then you put McMillan in there and let him run up the seam, and you got something. What do you think about this pick, especially being in the 4th round, getting the wide receiver like this?
I really like it for exactly what you mentioned there. He's a speed guy. We talked about, we let De'Ami Brown go, who was our fastest receiver. So we had a hole. And now that you've got someone like Debo, and we kept talking all offseason, well, maybe in the 3rd round we could get Ty Felton, maybe, we kept saying we would love to get a speed guy to add to this. And they did. It just wasn't the guy that we were kind of naming.
Right.
But they also got a guy who can punt return. Remember, Anthony's listening. Remember that game against the Falcons when Zacchaeus bobbled 2 punts? And then Crowder had some trouble like the week before, the week later. So this handles 2 different positions as well, or 2 spots, 2 roles, I should say. That's the word I was looking for, is 2 roles. So I really like this. And then the other thing to go with this, with two things. It was kind of funny. Scott McLuhan was interviewed on the Kevin Sheehan show, and he said, "Yeah, this guy's like Jamison Crowder. That's what Lane reminds me of. I'll take that all day.
Yep.
Love Crowder with the Redskins."
Right.
But then the other part was Adam Peters said that when they start day 3, they allow their entire scouting team, they call them the research and development, so R&D, to go around the room and say, who's available and who you like. Like, here's your chance to say, what guy would you want to get picked? And he said majority, over 60% of their scouts said Jalen Lane, to the point where when they announced it, they hadn't told their scouts who they were picking. So they came through who they were picking, and their room next to them of the scouts erupted. So I like that. It shows 2 things. One, they listen and trust their scouts. Yes. And 2, this wasn't just let's go after this guy. It was they had identified him as someone who could be a weapon for him. So I like this a lot.
Yeah, and that's huge, especially to your point that you made about special teams. If we can just lock down that spot and have a guy. Look, Crowder, we've relied on him. Obviously, we tried to do Olamide Zacchaeus. Over the last couple of years, which you had the Michael Kensleys and the Casimir Allens that we've tried to bring up, they haven't panned out. Bringing in a guy like this that can both contribute on the offense and in special teams, especially if we can utilize that speed, man, I'm liking what it could be. I'm definitely liking what it could be. Let's see how it pans out. But the fact, and another thing, this is one of those type of guys. It's one of those catch and run type dudes. Yes. So you throw those quick little screens, you throw those little bubbles. He can catch that, wiggle his way up the field, and just like that, he could be gone. And he's small enough to where he's 5'10", under 200. So he's a smaller guy. He can get up there and go. So I love this for us. Having some young, fresh legs, seeing that, Debo and then Terry, however great they are, they're definitely getting older in NFL years, if you will. So, yeah.